Hey you guys, I'm doing an Above the Influence video. I was pressured to drink recently, very recently. And I almost gave in and said yes. But uh, I dug down deep inside. And I found that it I don't need to do that. I'm better off without it. And I was pressured and I kept thinking it doesn't have half that peer pressure doesn't have half the strength that I do. Don't give in. Don't say yes. Say no to doing drugs. That sounds cheesy, doesn't it? A lot of people say that, but I'm serious. Say no to drugs. Say no to alcohol. No to alcohol until you're older. Till you're the limit. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, just stop until you get to the age limit and then you can just go crazy with it. Don't do that. You can still choose not to drink and live a happy life. Or you can drink and be fine. But you don't want to drink too much. There's so many people out there that may pressure you to do this. So many. But just dig down deep inside of you. And remember that you are better off without that stuff. I'm gonna tell you something that happened to this really smart kid that my dad knew. This student, he was a straight A, like perfect A, 100 in every single class, on every single test or homework. He was smart, and he thought he was too smart for those drugs. He thought that he could do them, and they would not, and then he could just quit. He did them once, and he couldn't. He found that he couldn't stop. I mean, he's gotten help. He has. But he doesn't have as good of a life that he could if he didn't do those. And marijuana. If you're thinking about doing pot, and you're like, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be out of my system if they do a drug test in about 30 days. Which is true. If they do a urine test, 30 days or 31 days afterwards, it's gone. It's out of your system. But the thing about it is, marijuana stays in your hair follicles for 7 years. And when you think of drug tests, you think of having to pee in a cup. Well, some people think that, oh, they could just do that stuff like a month before the drug test. And so some places do a hair drug test. And if you've done it in the last 7 years, whew, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter if you quit, you're not getting in there. At all. My cousin, she did it once. She did marijuana once. And she went into nursing school. And they did a drug test. They do drug tests. And she's lucky they did a urine one. Because if they would have done a hair drug test, she wouldn't have made it. And she wouldn't have the friends that she has today. She wouldn't have the life that she has today if they would have done a hair drug test. It's bad. Really bad. Remember, not half the strength that you do. Peer pressure doesn't have it. You may think that people may make fun of you for not doing it, but they're the dumb ones. They they're going to screw up their whole life. So, rise above it. Rise above it and your life will be better. I guarantee it. I guarantee your life will be better if you don't do that stuff. So rise above it, and have a good life. Alright.